So let's talk about the future, specifically your future. We're diving deep into the US government's official 10-year forecast for the job market. Using their data, we're going to uncover where the biggest opportunities are hiding and what massive shifts are just over the horizon.
Okay, so this is the big question on everyone's mind, right? Between now and 2034, which careers are set to just take off and which ones are, well, facing a pretty steep decline? The answers are honestly fascinating, and they tell us a ton about where our entire economy is headed.
And just so you know, all the numbers we're looking at today come straight from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is their latest monthly labor review. So this isn't just speculation or some hot take. This is the official projection that helps shape real-world decisions all across the country. So what's the headline number? Well, the BLS projects that the US economy is going to add a total of 5.2 million new jobs over the next 10 years. And, on the surface, that sounds pretty good. A lot of new opportunities. But, and this is where things get really interesting, that number only tells part of the story. See, a 5.2 million job gain is actually a growth rate of just 3.1%. Now compare that to the 13% growth we saw in the last decade, and you realize, whoa, the job market is actually expanding at a much, much slower pace, mostly because of big demographic shifts, like an aging population. So if growth is slowing down, that's actually shaping this new landscape. Let's kick things off by breaking down the major forces at play to see what's really driving the future of work.
All right, let's start with the good news. Even in a slower growth economy, some fields are absolutely booming. So where are the jobs of the future actually being created? Let's take a look.
And wow, this chart really tells the story. Two sectors just completely dominate the forecast. You've got healthcare and social assistance, projected to grow by 8.4%, and then right behind it, professional, scientific, and technical services at 7.5%. And get this, combined, these two fields alone are expected to create more than half of all new jobs in the entire economy. It's pretty staggering.
So what is fueling this massive healthcare boom? Well, in a word, demographics. The number of Americans over the age of 65 is set to climb to nearly 73 million by 2034. As our population gets older, the demand for pretty much every kind of medical care, from home health aides to specialized nurse practitioners, is just set to skyrocket. Now, if you look at the fastest growing jobs by percentage, you get this amazing snapshot of our economy's priorities. I mean, you can literally see the green energy transition happening with wind turbine technicians and solar installers right at the top. Then you've got high-skill healthcare, like nurse practitioners, and of course, the core tech roles that are powering everything, data scientists and information security analysts. Okay, but weaving through all of these trends is the elephant in the room, AI. And the BLS report really frames it as a double-edged sword. It's a force that is both this powerful engine for creating jobs and, at the same time, a major cause of disruption. So on one hand, AI is fueling this huge demand for people who can build it and manage it, your data scientists and software developers. But on the flip side, its incredible ability to automate tasks is expected to slow down growth or even shrink the number of jobs in fields like graphic design, a lot of sales roles, and administrative support. And here's the key phrase straight from the BLS report itself. It's all about productivity gains. Basically, when AI makes certain tasks way faster and more efficient, it can dampen labor demand. It's that classic economic trade-off, and we are seeing it play out in real time right now across the job market. This chart just visualizes that split perfectly. You see that explosive 33.5% growth for data scientists sitting right next to projected declines for roles like customer service reps and claims adjusters. It even shows how AI is hitting creative fields. I mean, graphic design is still growing, but at a much slower rate than the average, mainly because AI tools are streamlining big parts of that workflow. Now, let's flip the coin and turn our attention to the other side, the industries that are projected to shrink and face some pretty serious headwinds over the next decade. The sector facing the biggest challenge is one we all interact with constantly, retail. The report projects it's going to shed more jobs than any other sector out there, squeezed by that powerful 1-2 punch of e-commerce and in-store automation. And to make that abstract trend feel really, really concrete, just look at this number. This is the projected net loss of jobs for just one occupation, cashiers. As self-checkout and automated systems become the norm, we're expecting nearly 314,000 of these roles to just disappear by 2034.
So, after looking at all this data, what's the big takeaway for you? Well, the report makes it pretty clear. It's less about chasing a specific job title, because those can change super fast, and it's more about building the underlying skills that are in high demand across all the sectors that are actually growing.
And the government's data points to a specific set of skills again and again and again: adaptability, problem solving, critical thinking, interpersonal skills. Notice what they all have in common? They're uniquely human. They're the abilities that technology complements rather than replaces. It doesn't matter if you're a nurse practitioner or a data scientist. These are the skills that are going to define the most valuable workers in the years ahead. So, the crucial takeaway here is this: the future of work isn't about avoiding change, it's about building the skills to thrive right in the middle of it. And that really leaves just one question: are your skills ready?